My name is Baylor Nelson, and aside from the usual YouTube videos I dabble in, this is going to be something different. Today I'm going to be comparing a very odd comparison. I'm going to be comparing the Kansas City Chiefs organization to animals. I know, right? It's a little weird. It's hard to believe. But what if I told you that Patrick Mahomes is secretly, in disguise, this little furry guy right here? How about that? I know, right? It's crazy. Keep your clothes on because I'm going to get right to the point. Basically, Patrick Mahomes, now I'm not going to say he's paying off the refs, but weirder things have happened. Might be some stuff going on here. So, basically, I'm not saying the NFL is completely rigged, but there are some calls that have been called and some calls that for no reason have been called, if you know what I'm saying. I know, right? It's crazy. I'll be here all night. Okay, basically what I'm trying to say, myself, I'm a Bears fan, and I'm not going to say the Bears are a better team or anything, but they would be a little bit better if they would if the refs would actually open their eyes. You know what I'm saying? You know, those little things you have on your face. So, I know. Yeah. But basically, Patrick Mahomes is always complaining about holdings, offsides, and occasional late hits, which, late hits suck. But the late hits that happen to him are not late hits at all. And I think one of the worst examples of a time when my team that I love has gotten butchered is this play right here. Look at this. Now he's sliding, and this Chiefs player clearly knows that he's sliding, but a straight headshot. And would you believe it? I haven't even got to the joke yet. Would you believe it? No penalty was called on that one. I know. It's insane. And then, let me show you something. Patrick Mahomes complaining. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes had a little breakdown, threw a little hissy fit, as you can see right here. Looks like a literal baby. Not surprised, because he talks like Kermit the Frog, if you know what I'm saying. It's kind of the truth, if you think about it. But I bet you are probably wondering, where does the animal comparison come in? Well, here's what I'm about to talk about. Now, a lot of people say that people from the 80s and the 70s, they couldn't compete in today's league, which in some cases they're right, but in some cases they're hella wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Because arguably back in those days, football was even tougher. If Tom Brady got hit like this by, say, Mike Singletary, he wouldn't throw a hissy fit like Patrick Mahomes, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. That's just kind of how he goes. But, yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy. But, so what happens is, I think that Mahomes is a cat living in a completely different world. And if you put him in a different ecosystem, say with like leopards and cheetahs, he would get eaten. Little late on that one, but I'll take it. So I believe he would get eaten by the other animals. And you want to know why? It's because of one thing: complaining. And, it happens too much. He complains about penalties that weren't even a thing back then. You look at some of the clips from the 85 Bears, all our players were just basically killing a quarterback on the field. You know what I'm saying? I know, right? It's crazy. Now, let's take my little face. Okay, settle down. Keep your clothes on. Okay. Let's take my face, for example. You got the big leopards and tigers up here. My eyes could probably be some lions and stuff. And they're all attacking. And you know what Patrick Mahomes is? He's this little pimple right here. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to, stir up any controversy, but I think that's really how it goes, But I think it can come down to one thing. You put him in a different ecosystem, he wouldn't last a day. You know what I'm saying? Give me some. All right. But, yeah, I don't think he would last a day. Because that's the thing. If you really want to complain to the refs, what's the point of playing football, okay? Because I know I complain to the refs too, but that's on other calls. that I will show you in a minute. All right, guys, so this is one of the more recent examples. All right, I know. But one of the more recent examples in one of the playoff games, I think it was the AFC Championship. Now, look at what happens here to Zay Flowers. Let me full screen it here for you. Zay Flowers gets a catch. An amazing catch right here. See, look at him go. Look at him dancing. And then look at this. Kind of like throws a ball at him, which I get. If taunting is a real penalty, then that sure as hell is taunting. But I believe that taunting shouldn't be a penalty in the first place. And if it is a penalty, like I said, I get why that was called. But Mahomes and Kelsey were taunting all game, especially Travis Kelsey. But because the NFL is rigged and they want to have the Taylor Swift Bowl, let's just say it's going to be a cruel summer for us once we're done with the Super Bowl, because I think at this point we all kind of know how it's going to play out, you know. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan, but I can throw out some jokes like that. So anyways, what I was going to say was just that I think that they are targeting more of the popular people in this NFL community. As you see the whole Justin Fields thing, it has not just happened that time. It happened recently in a Packers game, and I understand that that wouldn't have decided the game or anything, but the fact that they didn't call it is just crazy. I think they're targeting some more of the penalties on more of the popular people in the NFL, and if you put it in more of an animal ecosystem, I believe Patrick Mahomes would complain to the refs. And if you take the refs out of it, it might be a different game, especially for the Kansas City Chiefs, because they're always calling for the penalties. I'm not saying they're a bad team, but take away some of the penalties, they'd sure as hell be a little bit worse. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying? I've been Baylor Nelson, and this is my sort of comparison for, I know. But this has been my comparison about these animals and Patrick Mahomes and why he is a little pussycat. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope you have enjoyed it too, Kufal. See ya.